Hey, I'm Cadence Kidwell. I'm wearing breathing space, which is just what we need right now. I'm gonna start with talking about our funky Firebird bags. And the last one I had some rough connection. So you guys let me know if this is working out better this time here. So I see we've gonna keep going here and let me know. So these are our funky Firebird bags. We've had quite the week lately, and so we've just been really busy with Victorian Christmas, which was super exciting and crowded here at times. And so I see Kara and Kay are watching, so let me know if the video's working. Maybe give me a heart or two, the sound, and then I'll know whether I can just relax a little bit, which is what I was hoping to do. Hey Bonnie, good morning there too. Okay, sound is back. Great, thank you. Okay, so let me start again. We had Victorian Christmas, 30,000 people come into our tiny little town over 2 nights. Super exciting, lots of fun. We had reindeer outside, Santa in the amphitheater, lots of people coming in that don't know anything about knitting or crochet, getting kind of excited about it, buying our ornaments, which I brought to show you because I don't want you to miss out on them either. And you can see all the things that I'm talking about at fuzzygoatyarns.com. And then last week we had at Haynes House here with us, Terry Haynes, and she left some yarn that I'm going to show you. And then 2 weeks before that, of course, was Black Friday and Shop Indie. So I'm just like, woo! I'm glad to be sitting here chatting with you with just a few little baskets around of things to share with you. First that I want to share, our funky Firebird bags are back in stock. This is my personal one, just so you can see it's held up. I have dragged it on many a car trip. And I guess while I'm at it, I'll go ahead and show you how I'm working on my Descent. My Descent cardigan is coming along. Here we have it. I have finished one sleeve, and now just this morning, picked up the stitches for the next sleeve. So you say cardigan, you say, Cadence, that looks like a pullover. But if you've been watching me, or if you are observant, you'll notice how this set of stitches here is different in the middle. And then I've got all these things here. So I could actually set up for my steeking now, but I'm trying to see if I can get to the sleeve, and then my steeking will be my reward. But we'll see. I may decide that I just want to be selfish and get to it. So really excited about that. This is Less Traveled Yarns Tweed Me, and this is Malintosh Twist Light in here. And we have some of these same colors, so you guys could make one just like that. But I love my funky Firebird bag. It stays open, so I can just kind of drop my sweater down in there. It's great for knitting in out of the car or next to your seat. It doesn't close up, so if that's something that you want, this is not the bag for you. But we have those other kind of bags too, right? So you can just go back and forth. And so we have a big restock of the blue, which is called the Shibori. And Ashley is a young bag maker. It has a pocket. It has 3 sets of pockets inside, and it sits open. It's a nice sturdy canvas, has a recycled leather handle. So we have the Shibori. We have Wisteria. Isn't that pretty? And each one's going to be different. It's going to be, so like the other Wisteria is going to look different than this Wisteria, but the color is the same. We have Raspberry. Raspberry is the only one that has this fun woven handle to it to kind of amp up the extra neon fun version of the Raspberry. And this one here is Blue Lagoon. All handmade in Athens, Georgia, just up the road, and one of my favorite places to go and visit. And so I just love these, and we love that Ashley can make them and make more of them for us. So we got a restock of those. Along with that, I want to show you our at Haynes house that came. So Terry Haynes is multifaceted. Oh my gosh, it was great having her around. And I see that Laura is watching. And Laura, you sent us the sweetest text this morning. Oh my gosh. So thank you for that. That was just really nice of you. That was also making the week a little perplexing. If you've texted us in the last week, we may not have gotten it. Our texting service, we were switching. The one we switched to didn't work so well. We weren't happy with it, so then we switched to a third one because the first one was going out of business. It was like, oh my gosh. Anyway, we're all back up. We apologize if you haven't heard from us, because those went, we don't know where they went. So you'll have to try us again. We are back in business. So here is what Terry Haynes left. And yes, I'm going to talk about the cowl that I'm wearing too. Have no fear. Terry Haynes left us these two colors because they are based off the cover. So not only does she dye this amazing yarn, she also is a minister and has written this book here, Passages of Hope, about the Underground Railroad, and goes back and forth in time between current time and the Underground Railroad, through discovering different passages in an old house. I mean, it's fascinating. And so Terry designed these two colors of yarn to celebrate her new book. So that is just, I just love this whole setup here. Being a former English professor, you would never know that I did that, did you? So we have this in all of her bases. So we have this yarn. I'm going to put the link up. We have it in fingering, sport, DK, and worsted. And the two colors are, this one here is called Inheritance, and it's just right up my alley. It's a great orange with little rusty bits in there. Really great, kind of brick colored. And then this one here is called Freedom. And so it's the beautiful blue in her heroine's dress that is on the cover. These two together would be really pretty. We're having a drifter class this afternoon, and so these two would be really pretty. So even if you couldn't come take the class, you could put these two together. So wanted you to see what we have left of at Haynes House. We weren't able to put all the stock online because it was just a one-day event, so thank you for that. Then let me show you. I'm wearing. Well, we'll start with the cowl, and then we'll get to that. Okay, so this beautiful basket of yarn here, you can make the hipster cowl. So Susan, who's coming to teach our class this afternoon, Susan knit this up for us. This is the hipster cowl, and she knit it in DK and did a few less repeats to make it work, in 2 skeins of a DK. And I put the fringe on. And so I just love this cowl. I just love the fringe. So it is the hipster cowl, very similar to the hipster shawl. So it takes 2 skeins of DK. So I brought some DK over to show you. So if you want to do one that's green like this one here, Knitwise Fibers in the Woods somewhere would be great. I also like a really good rust. So all the ones I'm showing you, we have at least 2 skeins of there. Marsha, I love a cowl too because it just kind of stays put a little bit more than a shawl. This is Fawkes, F-A-W-K-E-S. A really great rusty color. Also from our friend Alicia at Knitwise Fibers. And I think this gold, or called foiled, you know, think of like gold foil. This is foiled, would also be really pretty in that. I think I picked like all my colors. Oh, another Knitwise one, Pomegranate Punch. So I do think you can have a little bit of variation in your yarn for this, and it would still hold up, because again, I'll show you, it's a very graphic, strong pattern. So you could still have variation going on in your yarn like you would in Pomegranate Punch, and it would turn out really nicely. And I think 2 skeins of a DK, if you're trying to do a gift, you might do that and not stress yourself out too much. But Melissa was trying to do a Musselburgh hat, in the next 2 weeks, and even Melissa, I'm like, as your friend, I think that that's a lot of knitting. So I'm looking out for you guys. You know, nothing wrong with a rain check. Then one more Knitwise I wanted to show you is Love Punch, which is a really great earthy red. Love Punch. And Susian, if you want to spice it up a little bit, also from Knitwise Fibers. Then we have some tweeds over in our DK cabinet, and I brought 2 of those over here. We've got Farmer's Daughter Craggy Tweed, and this color is called Undercurrent. I think a tweed would be really pretty in that. I'm loving the tweed in my sweater that I'm doing, which is not a DK, that's a fingering. And then we also have Native Fibers, what does she call her tweed? Native Fibers Wolverine DK. And we've got 2 of these also. And Emma's DK would also work great too. This one here is called Honeycomb. So 2 skeins of a DK, I think would be a nice, relaxing knit. Doesn't Knitwise have beautiful yarn, Darla? I just am so glad to personally know Alicia and then professionally being able to have her yarns in the shop. So I'm wearing Breathing Space by Vera Valimaki. So I'm going to stand up because the part of what's really fun is the asymmetrical bottom of it here. So this is, let's see, I'll push this back a little bit more. This is a pattern that is flattering on just about everybody that we've seen, and it goes like this. And so Elaine has knit this up for us. Oops, I'm going to bring my chair forward. And we have stocked this Emma's pair here to make it. So we don't have it as a kit because sweaters, you know, everybody's going to be different sizes and so forth. But we do have, and I can put the link up, we do have Emma's Practically Perfect sock in navy blazer and 80s rewind so that you could create this sweater as well. I saw it hanging over there. It's in a model in the shop, and I'm like, I'm taking that home. I'm wearing that tomorrow. So you too could have one of those. So I really like wearing this because the asymmetrical and the bust line and everything, it's just really flattering. Let's see what else I wanted to show you here. Oh, I wanted to show you the ornaments. So these have been really popular. Are sweet little ornaments. I didn't want you to miss out on any of them. This one is just cracking me up. This little fox in a sweater, right? I like his little mustache. They're all fair trade, which is what matters to us a lot. This particular company that we have, the group I'm going to show you, we've been working with for years. They have been working with their makers, their women, for over a decade. Her name is Sue, is the woman in charge who makes sure that everybody gets paid a fair wage and that the women actually kind of get to help create the designs. So I really appreciate that. The knitted ones are from Peru and the crocheted ones are from Armenia, I believe. So we've got sheep. We know how we all feel about our sheep. This one's been really popular. We did a little head count last night, make sure our inventory was right on this one. This little llama. Thank you, Darla, for saying that. It makes doing business so much more rewarding when we're caring about who makes our things that we're putting out in the world. This one, I forget what we call him. You'll see his picture online. Some of us, when we opened them up, called it the jailbird. So it would be that. I believe it's a penguin in a striped sweater. I think that's something like that. And they have just the cutest little details. That was a new one for us. I don't want to show you that one yet. This one's also really popular, sells out every year, is our flamingo, because you don't see a Christmas flamingo every year, all the time. But this is our flamingo who, and being a Floridian, this one just speaks to me. It just cracks me up. I just love it. Some have scarves, some have hats. This one is a reindeer. We got little reindeers. And last but not least in this group is our gnome. So I don't think I brought any of the crocheted ones over, but we do have some really super cute crocheted foxes and bears and stuff like that. So here we have a little gnome. And then we have the Trevor Project Rainbow Heart, which is just great for any time of the year, but perfectly appropriate and lovely to hang on your tree as well. So I believe, looking at my list, I think I've covered all the things that I wanted to talk to you about. And Darla, that's what really matters to us, is we do want to make it fun for you guys to shop with us. We want to give you those opportunities to be able to do good in the world and let people know that how you spend your money really matters. Not just, you spend it with us and we spend it on vendors, and we're just going to make the world better as we can, right? Why not? That's what we need to do, is what we can. So thank you so much for supporting us and following us along in the last couple of weeks when we've had iffy internet on the video, iffy texting that hasn't been working out, pop-up shops that we couldn't put online. Believe it or not, it's going to be just like a regular Saturday here today. A really busy festive one, but just a regular Saturday. We're really excited to have you guys watching with us. You can find what I'm talking about at fuzzygoatyarns.com. Melissa, Jennifer, and I will be here to serve you all day, so you can text us at 229-236-GOAT. And thank you so much for supporting us. Have a lovely and fantastic Saturday.